How's it going?
Oh, I was having a beer with Dad, and then you texted me that you were ready to do the.
Oh, you're welcome.
Gotta go, Dad. And I said, "Oh, Dad, my boyfriend." And he went, "What?" I went, "Yeah, my boyfriend texted me." He was disgusted, disgusted.
Hello, and thank you very much for downloading this most recent episode of Movie Guys Podcast. You can download many more episodes at movieguyspodcast.podbean.com.
I'm not a Rebel Moon fan, but it seems like this review, I'm gonna maybe defend it a little bit. We're talking about Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scavenger? Is that what it's
The
called?
Scar
Eric.
Giver.
Scar Giver. Eric. I like Scavenger better. Eric, how the hell you doing?
I have a few questions to ask you before we begin here because I listened to
Yeah.
our podcast of the first one for this, and then I listened to our Dune podcasts as well.
Yeah.
And you seem to be comparing a lot of our sci-fi movies in together and against each other.
That's me. That's my thing.
Yeah. I think we had made the mention that Rebel Moon is a movie for those people who don't understand Dune.
Yeah.
And I think that's giving those people too much credit because this one's is even dumber than that.
Yeah. I mean, this is your poor man's Dune, right? That's what this is.
I can't no, there's no you're giving to say this is a poor man's Dune is still giving this movie too much credit.
Oh, really? I mean, like it's bad, but it's not that bad. I mean,
This
we've
is
seen worse.
bad, Jordan. You're gonna defend it. I know you will. But this is bad. This is not good for Zack Snyder. I don't see how this is going to be good for the actors in this movie either. It feels like they were reading the script and they just said, "Yeah, Zach, you're doing great. I'm not. I have no complaints at all," and they just kept on going. Boy, this movie and the first one, I feel like Zach just watched a whole bunch of other movies and completely ripped them off and unconsciously made this one. This is like remember Carlos Mencia, the comedian who just was stealing jokes left and right. He's like, no, these are all originals. Like, you buddy, you were stealing jokes. You're
Yeah.
you were stealing. You may have done it subconsciously, but for you to get to this point where we can see the evidence and then you still deny it, I don't know what else to tell you. But this movie, and we've said a lot recently because we watched a lot of movies that we've seen this before. I've told you when on the phone call, this movie is the Magnificent Seven in space. This movie is Seven Samurai in space. This movie is completely those types of movies over and over again.
Okay, but I mean, it's even theft as stealing the bright, flashy swords too, right? I don't want to confuse you or the audience. Like, I don't think this movie's good. I just don't think it deserves the crap that you're going to give it.
The
Yeah, I
reason
mean,
why it's so campy.
okay, so I feel the first one's more campy than this one.
Sure.
Um, I feel, probably going to make you mad. I feel that I was lost in the first few minutes of this movie because I haven't gone back to the original because I don't care about part one. Again, I don't care. So I'm just like, man, if he just would have chopped this thing down to like a 3 hour epic, then maybe it would have made sense. Like, combine both one and two together.
Yeah, that's
It would
not in Zach's universe, man. He wants
no,
to release a 6-hour cut of both of these movies.
right. But I don't think that this movie, like, okay, how about this? So you and I have said many times that it's definitely hard to go to a movie theater nowadays, right? And it's easier to sit back and watch. And it's taken a few movies that we reviewed a few days to watch, right? This movie did one thing and one thing right. It got me to sit for the runtime of the movie, right? So it's definitely over a no bag if it's got me to sit. That means it's got my attention.
Okay.
Uh, but other than that, I mean the fancy light swords, the Nazi garb, Hercules reference with the guy with the shirt, the shirtless guy.
Yep.
Um, what's his face Titus is clearly Batista, right? Drax. That's the
Yep.
way I kind of take it. Like, I mean, no, it's theft. It's total theft. But I think I gave you an analogy before. This movie is a soda, right? I mean, not everybody likes a soda. Sodas are not good for you, but sometimes you want a sugary treat, and that's okay. This is a sugary treat. This is just nonsense.
I see where you're going with that, but I'm gonna expand on your comparison there, your simile, and say that this is a sugary treat that's a dud. It's one of those where I went to go trick or treating and I was expecting my sugary Snickers treat, and instead I got some Tootsie Roll crap instead. Be like, oh, well, it's still candy. It's still some sugary sweets. It's like, no, come on, man, that's some bottom bag stuff right there, and nobody wants a Tootsie Roll. This is me being like, I'm gonna have a sugary treat. Let's go to the ice cream place. And you ask for the good stuff. Can I get the moose tracks? Can I get the cookie dough? And they say, oh, I'm sorry, all we have is orange sherbet. Like, oh, well,
But you're
that,
still eating ice cream though.
oh, buddy,
But
just
but you're still eating. I mean, like a Tootsie Roll is a Tootsie Roll, but you still have candy, and
that's
that's what
that
this
sounds like you're just
is.
rolling over it. No, I'll keep on going with another simile. This movie and the writing, which is my main complaint about this movie,
Okay.
feels like when I was a kid in school and I woke up the morning of and I forgot that I have to write my own short story for English class that's due in fifth period, and so I quick write something down in the morning on the bus ride, and I finish it off at lunchtime, and then this movie is my finished product that I give to the teacher at the end and say, yeah, I spent all week on this thing. It's like, no,
Okay. So what's
you didn't. I
okay? Oh,
spent a hot hour on this thing, writing up all the. I got so many complaints about this movie with the writing, Jordan. I get it, but like the acting isn't isn't a complaint that I have. The visual effects aren't really a complaint that I have, even though a lot of it is. Oh boy, I feel like it's blatant theft.
so okay. Let's talk about the story,
Let's
right?
talk about it.
So now again, just like Dune, I'm going to go cross-eyed. But we just like Dune, we have an overall king and a kingdom that oversees all these planets, right?
Yeah, sure.
Right? Am I right?
Yeah,
I'm
you're no,
okay.
you're
Okay.
definitely right with what's his Carrie Yules.
Yeah, yeah, straight from Saw. So he oversees all these planets, and he was possibly a good king, don't know. And he was overthrown by his own hands, his helpers. I don't know who assassinated him.
Yeah.
Um, so then they could become Nazis, the Empire, if you will, and then go around to these planets and say, we deserve what your planet's resources are for protection. That's the basic gist, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to find out who Regent Belisarius, who is Cora's adopted father.
Who's the Carrie's? Carrie?
No, that's the king, and he has a regent, like part of his court,
Okay.
who's the guy who has a horrible wig and a clearly paint or glued on beard.
Who are you
He
talking about? Carrie's?
No, again, the guy who kills Carrie's. He's in the first movie.
Is that her father?
It's her adopted father. He was the one in when the king and the queen and the princess walk into that room for the assassination. He was the guy with the dark hair that was pulled back in the beard that that kills the king. He kills the king.
Was that the guy in the first movie at the end that was in the land of the lost that was talking to the Nazi dude?
Yes, he was in the Matrix thing with the Nazi dude with
With Francis from Dead.
yes.
He's with Francis. That's what we're going to call him throughout the rest of the movie. It's Francis. Okay, so uh, adopt. Okay, so the dude that adopted our main hero is the dude that assassinates the king.
By the way, just real quick,
Yeah.
you're confused by the story of Dune, and you're also confused by this story, right? And this story is supposed to be a, a lot easier to follow. At least Dune, there was a lot of kind of introduction and base to these characters and development in these characters. This movie, Jordan, you can't disagree with me. Maybe you can, but it is flat out all exposition. It is just all narrative and just try to bring you up to speed real quick. All right, everybody, real quick. Motherland, here are these people. This is what they do, and Act One, go.
Action.
Yeah,
No, yeah, no, 100%. I mean, like the overall pacing with it. I'm not confused about the story. I just don't like the story. I do feel that Dune's a better overall story. Of course, I would be a fool not to say that. But I mean, again, I'm going into this thinking, okay, the first one. What did I give the first one? A small or a medium? I think
you gave it a medium, and I
I
gave
gave
it a
it a
no bag.
you gave it a no bag. This one may be a little bit different for me because the pacing is so bad. And I would have rather them cut it differently than what we get, right? Because we get this backstory of the king after a sex scene, which is like the weirdest time ever to give us a backstory of the assassination of a king.
Oh my god, the pillow talk on this. First off, where the hell did this love story between Cora and Gunnar, not Gunnar, Gunnar, come from? They just are suddenly now in love in this movie.
I don't know if they're in love, like
They say, "I love you"
yeah,
at the
yeah.
end of this movie.
Okay, so I compared it to Ripley and Clemens. You know what I'm talking.
Yeah, sure.
That's what I compared this to. So, like in Alien 3, you have the Doctor Clemens and Ripley and her going through her stuff in Alien 3, and then she sleeps with Clemens. I don't think she loved Clemens. I just think that she wanted to be vulnerable and, be a woman with a man for that time
Buddy,
period,
yeah,
right?
I know, but we get some
And
cuddle time here.
yeah, but they also had a couple time in Alien 3 too. So what I'm trying to say is,
She's
I
playing with
don't think
chest hairs. Cuddle
what's his
time.
name? Well, okay, that's a big. What's his name? Gudar?
Yeah, I can think of a few names I want to call this guy.
Gutar?
Gunnar.
Gunnar. I just think Gunnar's a flavor of the week for her, to be honest with you, right? Because let's go back to the first movie
I
that
think
kind
it's
of,
the first man that showed interest in her, is what it is.
well, because she looked like she was interested in somebody else probably back in the day. But my point is, in the first movie, going to this movie, right? Let's talk about Cora, right? Cora, that's her
Yeah,
name.
Cora.
She was an orphan. She was adopted by this dude that assassinated the king, and she became this deadly assassin for the motherland. Right? Like she was like a Boba Fett. Right? She was like this badass chick that would just kill anybody. Right?
Yeah,
And then the assassination happens. She's upset. She runs away, and somehow she makes it to the farm, homeworld, whatever there are, and she's cool with these people, right? I mean, like that's how this happens.
yeah. She runs away from the Mother World group that through their rebellion, and then she goes on to the Rebel Moon or the Moon. I don't know what moon it is. Velt. That's what it is. Yeah, Velt.
It's
The
the farthest move from Endor.
she goes to Velt. She crashes her ship there, and then she just walks up and she's like, "Hey, you guys need some more farmhand?" And they're like, "Yeah." Yeah, and they most certainly are Vikings. We had said before in the first one that these guys remind us of Vikings,
Right.
and they really went into the Viking culture a little bit more. They even say skull in this movie.
I was surprised they weren't drinking meat. Oh yeah, because the first movie, and the whole point of me bringing up this backstory is that you're right. I agree with you. Like Cora shacking up with Gahuba Bear, or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
Uh,
I like that name.
Yeah, they just playing with his chest hairs and like, I just had sex with you, so now I'm gonna rub your chest and talk to you. It's like you were not interested at all. Like the first movie. This movie is like the next day after the first movie, right? So it's like, where did this come from? Completely shocker.
Yeah, they've been in the
Complete
village
shocker.
for a while.
Yeah, it's just terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And how the heck did Francis survive? Okay, so Francis, I want to talk about him. So Francis, the evil Nazi bad guy in this movie, he Francis gets thrown how many hundreds of stories onto a rock at the end of the first movie. They revive him somehow.
Yeah, by the way, his name's Atticus Noble.
His name's Francis.
Okay.
And because you don't care about this movie enough to respect it, so why would you?
No, but I have the sheets in front of me, so I can at least try to act like a professional more than Zach did in this movie here.
Ooh, okay, professional. That's a good one. I don't ever remember us being professional,
We
buddy.
are nothing but professional, Jordan.
Oh yes, I see. We do
Everything
the
from the sound quality production, where I shout in a wind tunnel chamber, to you cracking open beers.
That's okay. That's why I have bottles, so you don't hear it. But no, okay. So Francis gets regenerated. Fine, right? I mean, this is a space movie, right? So why not, right?
Yeah,
But but now he's fully capable again, and he's taking charge again. And he just knows that Korra's on Rebel Moon, wherever the farthest moon from Endor. So they're like 4 days away. So like his plan is to go back for straight up just revenge. Like that's
basically.
the whole plot. And then the Viking clan is like, we gotta harvest our grain, but we're gonna be friends with all these other bands of misfits and be cool with them to harvest our grain. So, okay, now this is the part of the plot that really kind of irritated me, and I'm sure you agree with me. But for people that are listening, the plan is everybody in the village knows that the evil space lords are coming to kill them. So instead of worrying for the next 4 days on how to train and be good fighters and prepare, we're still going to harvest the grain, and then we're going to bag the grain and we're going to put it around the huts, the houses, so they won't blow up the houses. Question: if this was me and you on this planet, you and I would say, screw the grain, right? Like, why would you even harvest the grain?
They're trying to
Like,
do
you
it for protection, obviously. But I'll tell you one better here, Jordan. When the Admiral Noble wakes up and says, "We're going to Velt," obviously for his revenge tour, and then Cassius, what his lieutenant or first mate or whatever, goes and then tells the people on Velt that they're going to be there in 5 days.
that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
Oh, because they have a guy on there, that it still clearly works for Mother World. It's like don't say anything at all. Like you just
Yeah,
announced your arrival, and I, why so many whys in this movie, Jordan? Why?
yeah. No, it's like the cops calling the drug house and saying, "We're going to be there in 2 days to bust the drug house. Better not be any drugs there."
Better not be any drugs.
That's what's happening. No, Eric. I mean, that actually irritated the hell out of me. It's just like, because dude who is probably pro motherland, against motherland. I don't know, some dude in the village, and
It's Mother
the
World, by the way. It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
fine mother world,
Who
and the
cares?
mother world is like, is like, hey, we're going to be there in 5 days. We're just now telling you that we're going to be there in 5 days, and then it's like still harvest the grain. The harvesting the grain thing pissed me off, not because just the fact that they were harvesting the grain, but because we had slow motion of them harvesting grain. It's just you prepare for battle. Like that's what you do. Screw the grain.
This is the wax on, wax off method, of course, bud. Why? I was edging my seat complaining about this movie the entire time.
Yeah.
Why on a moon where you have selective technology, where
Hmm.
you have guns that go pew pew, where you have hover wagons, where you have obviously domesticated horse alien things, all these different methods to where you could probably harvest easier, do you just use a scythe
Yeah.
instead? What you're telling me you've been here for seasons, many seasons and seasons and seasons, and you just choose, even though that we're in this weird outer space science fiction thing and the technology exists, but you just don't have it on this one part of the moon. What?
They're Amish, bud. You can say the same thing for the Amish. They're surrounded by technology right now. I'm sure they would like to see the future weather predictions.
I
It's the
hate it.
same thing,
I hate it. I hate it completely.
but it's the same thing.
I get it that on this far moon right here, where again there's interstellar travel everywhere, but this moon. That for some reason they still have Timberland boots and they have suspenders and tweed hats. The hell was this wardrobe department all about? What?
Why do the Amish still wear black stuff? It's the same thing. They're Amish.
I
They're Amish. That's what they are. They're Viking Amish people.
skull.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just
sure,
saying.
sure. What?
Why not?
Whatever.
Why not? Right? It's the inferior it's the big fear mongering bad guys coming to defeat the enemy that they should just walk over, but they're gonna get beaten, right?
I hear you, but the same part when I ask all these questions and
Yeah.
the answer is why not? It's just like, okay, we're back to Army of the Dead again.
Well, yeah. I mean, like this is Zack Snyder. I mean, what surprises me and why I guess you would say defending it is because you're so mad over a movie that you know was not going to be good to begin with because it was behind it.
I had said at the end of our first of Rebel Moon 1 that I was hopeful that this movie would bring me back in. That
Mhm.
listen, get me there. Tell me a story. Do something. Get you have an opportunity here because I think we had said it before in the first Rebel Moon that it is set up to where it can be completed into a nice story. Like there is somewhat of a hero's journey here. I'm not too sure anymore, but there was a lot of cliches. It was very predictable. It was rushed as hell, obviously, but the visual effects were there. There were some good fight scenes. I'll give them that. But everything else was just like, what the hell? Why would you? The decision making for these people, for the bad guys and the heroes. I've complained many times before that one thing that pisses me off in a lot of the story development is when we are meant to believe that a bad guy is a ultimate threat and is a villain, a smart villain because they calculate kind of what their plan is going to be. But we get a movie like this where the villain is now suddenly stupid, where they're just like, well, I guess let me tell you my plan in complete detail, Mr. Bond. While the laser slowly presents itself to you, and there's no way for escape. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? As I'm watching this, there were in my head, I'm thinking of just many different. I'm thinking like the villain. It's like, okay, well, if I was Atticus, if I was Mr. Admiral Noble, I could do so many different things. I could send down not a foot troop there, but again, I would just bomb them.
Why
Just go
not
down
shoot
there
that
and
big
bomb them.
cannon? And just
Oh, but they want the grain. Okay, so then they go down, and then Cora presented an offer. She's like, "Hey, listen, I'll I'll give you the grain, and you guys just take everything and leave." If I was Atticus, I go, "Okay, you know what? I'm done fighting. You've defeated me once. Done. Take all the grain. I'll even go back up to the ship and I'll have a designated crew come down here without me, take all the grain. And then once I have all the grain, I bomb the shit out of them. Why you have all the guns, you have the cannons. Why wouldn't you? d- d- Oh, but
because
we
they
need to
got to
take her alive until we don't have to anymore because let's just kill her. Oh, what?
they need to get more grain, Eric.
Uh huh.
This one village on the side of a mountain on this giant planet is the only section that has grain. Look,
Exactly.
I mean, come on, it's stupid. But I'm enjoying the sugary drink because it is bad. It's nonsense. But it is entertaining to me because of how bad it is for me. You
Okay.
know, like I'm just like, oh my god, this is terrible. Like, why would Francis do this? Uh, why would Cora even care about this? What's going on with the robot with the antlers? Why did he kill a deer? What's going on with that? Why does he have a cape? Like, it's just stupid stuff like that. Why are we spending 15 minutes on all the Magnificent Seven character backstories? All of them.
Yeah, that was
That was
ridiculous.
rough.
So the first it's a 2 hour movie. First hour was them doing this setup, with them attempting to do the story, them doing the heroes' backstories a bit more, and the montages. Oh Lord, the montages!
The love
You
scenes.
better
Oh,
better, you better believe those are in slow motion too, so we can get the full effect.
yeah. Hmm.
Grain falling, blowing
Right.
through the air poetically. A solo singer, "Hiya, hooah," singing in the background, doing her thing. Far from far away. What are you doing? Stop. What kind of soundtrack are you pushing here?
Dune.
Move. Move.
It's Dune.
God.
That's what he's doing. It's Dune, right? Dune has that soundtrack.
Oh man, thank goodness Dune did not have the slow mo than it did.
No, yeah. Thank goodness. And then too, why the harvesting's going on? Some weird blonde boy is like laying eyes on the Asian assassin chick because that was never established.
Yeah, I don't know what that. I was calling him Zachary Ty Bryant.
Nice, nice.
Nemesis is her name.
Yeah, he was like he had eyes for her, but not in the way that I'm saying it because he's like 12 and she's like 40. But he kept on staring at her. We don't know who this kid is. We don't know, was his mother Asian? Is that why he likes her?
Whatever. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, and then like so yeah, it did piss me off because we had this round table of all of the main characters and they had to go and tell their backstories. And the ones that I don't know if you agree with me on, but the ones that I liked was Titus's backstory, and I'm not gonna go through all of them, don't worry. But Titus's backstory was he was a leader of this group of men, these soldiers, and they lost in battle, and he had to sacrifice all of his men in order to save his world or something like that.
No,
So
he uh as punishment he had to watch all of his
he had to watch
men.
all of them as punishment.
Yeah.
That was a nice backstory. I enjoyed that. And then again, we got to see more of this universe, right? Then we got the Hercules looking guy, right? The guy with the cape on the shoulders and the broad chest and the washboard abs and the long hair. And he was a prince and he lived in this like neo noir city, it
Yeah.
looked like.
Yep.
Kind of looked like Sin City back, you know. And the motherland came and destroyed that, and his mom committed suicide. Okay, that's a good story too. But everybody else, like Nemesis, I didn't care about her story. There, she was like, "Oh my god, they came to my village, so now I hate them." It's like, okay,
Well,
yeah,
another thing about that is they go around and they are telling their stories, which I'm eye rolling at this. I'm looking at my watch, just like, what the? Hurry it up, man!
yeah, that
And
was
then,
bad.
and then they get to Cora, and she's like, nope.
I'm not going to say anything, either though we know the story because we seen it a few scenes prior during the love scene,
I,
right?
I get that, but it's just like this is supposed to be a team building thing, and you guys just went through a whole lot, but you don't want to. And then, oh my god, at the end, I knew it too, when they obviously win, and she's just like, I have something to tell you. You can't celebrate me because I'm the person who what was the name? Who killed the princess? I'm oh, hold on, what the heck is her given name? Arthrelius. And then Titus is just like, I know. It's like, of course you do. Oh God, of course you
Of
do.
course. You see now, like, okay, so this is where like a good editor would sit down, right? Like if I was the editor of this movie, I would say, hey Zach, there's no reason for the love scene. It's not the love scene itself, but there's no the reason for the pillow talk because two scenes later, you're gonna have the Knights of the Round Table talking about their past, and this is where you should have her, not in pillow talk, but like with the round table telling them about who she really is. That would make more sense for the story. Having her have this love affair with Gunthar, whatever his name is stupid. This guy's an idiot. Like, do you remember the first movie? The dude who I thought was the scruffy nerve herder, right? Like the Han Solo, the guy from Sons of Anarchy, right? And he
Yeah,
dies.
Charlie Hunnam.
I thought that was going to be the Han Solo. I thought that was going to be the love interest, right? He's definitely better looking. He is a scruffy nerf herder, just like Han Solo, right? But no, he's a traitor. So she's shacking up with this village guy that's not a Viking.
Yeah, and then he shaves his beard.
Yeah.
When the hell did that happen?
Oh, you know. So then, after this hour of just setup and backstory, we get an hour-long battle, which is fine, right? Because like now we get the carbonation, now we get the bubbling that's in our lips, now we get the fun, and the action was good for what it was. It's a Zack Snyder film. I mean, just like Michael Bay, right? You go into both of those directors' movies expecting action. That's what you get. And that's what we got. That is what we got.
Yeah, it was actiony, but again, I hate a bad guy, these villains that are dumb, that are dumb. Oh my god,
Well,
they're kitted out, man. They all have laser guns, they all have this armor, and they just walk in with their SWAT team pose, gun up into the face, or mounted on their shoulder and everything. They're walking like this, and they don't ever shoot. They don't ever shoot until somebody's charging at them, and then
that's
when
what a
they
stormtrooper is.
do shoot, they're not even they're missing completely.
You're,
all of them, and you keep on saying the
that's what they are.
stormtroopers. Stop! You keep on saying that because if you go back and watch episode 4, they say that they want them alive, and they're not supposed to kill them until they do, and that's in the other movies where they actually do get hit.
I'm comparing it to Star Wars as a slap to this movie because that's the stereotype of stormtroopers.
Yes,
I'm
it is.
agreeing with you. I am agreeing with you that Zack Snyder is literally pulling all the stuff to make this movie out of all sci-fi movies ever made. So I'm agreeing with you that it's stupid because that's a stereotype of
There was
stormtroopers.
a part in this flippin' movie, Jordan, where they were in the tunnels. They're like the wells, the trenches or whatever, and there's not a whole lot of movement. You're in a tunnel. It is in
Right.
front of you. That's it. And a person walking down that is taking up a good 70% of the area in that tunnel. And the people shooting, they still missed. They still missed repeatedly. A
Well, the
person,
tunnel needs to be wider because the camera needs to go
yeah, jeez.
in. I mean, come on, man! Like it's so stupid, right? They had what 4 or 5 days, and they built this Viet Cong tunnel system underneath there. Ridiculous,
Yeah, a lot of it is just ridiculous. Do you remember? Okay, so when they're attacking the village,
right?
and that group of however 4 of the bad guys break into the one barn, and it's Nemesis there with her dual lightsaber swords, and she's kind of doing. And there's a thing too. There's so many just cliche, campy ass tropes in this movie, like this one where there's a sword fight going, and they just kind of ching ching ching. They just kind of deflect. They just deflect for a while, and then suddenly when they need to kill somebody, then they just do it. And
Right.
it's like, well, where was this before? You just bop them on the head. Oh yeah, a lot of one hit kills in this movie too, where you do like a Steven Seagal slap in the head, and they're down, they're dead. Atticus does that a lot too. In that fight scene where Nemesis is fighting all the people, there's a part at the end where she downs a few of the people, and I guess the big bad, the guy without the helmet that's
Right.
on there, gets her in a grip, and then Zachary Ty Bryant comes to go save her with his little pocket knife, and the dude he gets stabbed in the leg, and then dude grabs Zachary Ty Bryant by the neck and lifts him up, and then just kind of holds him there, leaving
Right.
opportunity for Nemesis to obviously get a sword free and stab him. But these villains that are just dumb, it really does bother me. And then there was a few moments where the villains had those AT-ATs, those AT-ATs, those landwalker things that were
Yeah.
going around and with the turrets on there, and it's like use the turrets, man. You barely used them. You used it to knock down the town bell. Wow,
Yeah.
menacing.
Well, is there something with insects in this universe too? Because it seems like these AT-ATs are like insect kind of creatures, like their planes even have kind of like an insect kind of feel. Or is it just me? Like I don't understand that technology.
I don't understand it either. I don't think they do because it seems like all of this stuff runs off of fossil fuels and coal, including the mothership, which had an engine room via Titanic. There, it just people
And it had
shoveling
a face.
coal. What?
Yeah, no, that was really stupid too. And then like when Cora was in like the engine room and she was setting the charges, they had like a face on the core or something like that. I don't know what the face was.
Why is she shooting the engine workers? They probably hate their lives already.
They were attacking her. She got to defend herself,
I
buddy.
guess you're right.
They were attacking her. They're just like, hey, what's going on? There's not a lot of many people down here. I was thinking that they were wondering if she was going to run away and she was going to end up in a car and it was going to get steamy after a while.
There you go.
There we go.
But it seemed like okay, this classic trope. It's so campy where the heroes don't miss and the enemies always miss.
Right.
Cora's shooting to kill every time, and again, she's a trained assassin. But the villagers, they had about 4 hours of training,
Yeah,
and
four
they're
four
not
hours.
missing.
No, they're not missing where they could have had 5 days of training. But Titus, I guess, is a very, very good trainer because in 4 hours, these people are all ready to kill. Men, women, and children, ready to kill.
Ready to kill.
And this is where Cora gets into the big fight with Francis. God, this guy's a bad actor. Like, I mean, he looks cancerous. You know what I mean? Like the actor himself.
Yeah.
And he's fighting her with lightsabers and oh my god, she successfully has blown up the ship and oh my god, Gertrude, whatever his name is, gets shot, but we don't know if he's dead or not. So they have this epic battle. And you know what though? I'm giving it crap, but I will say that I actually did find it fun where the ship is crashing and they're having that battle, right? Where they're like falling.
Sure.
It was great. It was cool to see that. I will give it that. That was cool to see.
Yeah. Visually, again, a lot of these effects, I think are fine. It's just a lot of them are just dumb. The bug thing that you had said before, I think that was when the rebels finally, the other ones, uh, the other rebel forces finally arrive. Deborah Bloodaxe from the first movie, where they start to coming in and help the villagers. Convenient, by the way, that they come in after the villagers have basically won.
Yeah, no, they came in like we see that in tons of sci-fi movies too, right?
Yeah, yeah. Where it's just like, oh, good, we see you guys already won. Okay, well, we've decided to be on your team now, and we're gonna help. We're gonna come in and say that we did something. It's just like,
Right,
really? Now you guys are coming in? And there was one scene where, again, those AT-ATs are like all lined up in a line, and the rebel forces shoot down one of the enemy flyers, and it goes down kamikaze style and wipes out like five of those things. It's
right,
like a bowling ball. Just like, how flippin' convenient for
right.
you.
Just like a domino effect too, and it's like, and then she like decapitates Francis, and we don't see the decapitation, which is bad, and then you know,
No body.
what? Well, yeah, but we okay.
I listen. He get
He's dead.
decapitated, and he went down with the ship.
Yeah, he's down.
For them to do any sort of recovery, they'd have to explain cloning, or they made a backup drive of his being somewhere. I don't know. Listen. He better be done.
Since we're doing so many Star Wars references, in the words of Qui-Gon, there's always a bigger fish, my friend.
Well, yeah, we still have Belisarius in this.
Right. We still have him coming into play, and then we're supposed to feel bad, right? Where Gertrude or whatever, or whatever,
Gunnar,
Gertrude, uh,
gummy bear.
Gummy Bear, where a Gummy Bear dies, and it's like, she's supposed to feel sad and cry over Gummy Bear that he's dead, right? It's like, what? Like, she didn't care about this guy 5 days ago at all. And now she's all about him.
Yeah, where was this love again during the 2 seasons that she was on this moon harvesting with the guy? What?
Right. And was this guy supposed to be a coward? Because in the first movie, wasn't there some guy in the village that was lying to the mother world, and
And
that he like called him out?
he was kind of like a rollover, because I remember the leader of their village was killed by the mothership people, and that was their bargaining kind of a thing, where we want the resources, and Gunnar thought that they could appeal to their humanity and try to be offer them something where it's just like, hey, how about this, we do this, and you guys can do this for us and we'll do this for you, kind of a thing. And yeah, he was just kind of this peaceful villager that didn't know no better.
Yeah, didn't know no better kind of thing, and now he know better dead.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Now, oh
And
yeah, by the way, he's also a sharpshooter with a gun, by the way, too, as are some of the other villagers.
some,
Yeah.
all the villagers are sharpshooters. And like the movie ends with what? Like she oh I'm sorry. The robot comes in with a Superman pose, superhero
I
pose.
yelled out maximum effort when he jumped out of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maximum effort, jumps out when he throws the grenade, does a superhero pose, and he's voiced by Anthony Hopkins. It's hilarious. But see, but again though, Eric, that's where I'm getting at. Like this robot is voiced by Anthony Hopkins, and he's doing like maximum effort stuff.
He's
Like,
also
come on.
bulletproof, by the way, too.
Well, weren't these robots designed by the mother world to like be like super soldiers and stuff? Like that was the point.
Yeah, yeah, and then he was just kind of put there after to, which I, I just don't get it. So this robot is made of material that is obviously um, impenetrable to the lasers or whatever that they're shooting out of their guns. So then, why isn't the armor that everyone else is wearing the same?
Right. Because he's made from antimantium. What do they put in Wolverine?
Yeah, adamantium.
Adamantium. That's what he's made out of.
Yeah,
You know,
well, crapium is what it is.
but still though. Okay. But then like the movie ends with like how does she find out? Like the robot tells her, right? Robot somebody tells her
That what
that the princess is still alive.
Titus does.
Titus does. How does Titus know this?
Uh,
We're never
he
gonna find
apparently he
out.
knows everything, right?
Well, we're never gonna find out because they're not gonna make a third movie because the third movie's not even written.
Apparently, he also reveals that Issa is secretly alive and hiding, and the assembled group declare their intentions to find her and restore the royal lineage to the throne in order to be Belisarius.
Oh, you're making it hard for me.
I do. So Zach had said that he has plans to do 4 other movies to make this a
Other.
6-part chain, a 6-part series. That's what he says that his intentions are originally. As of this podcast, as of our recording, Rebel Moon 3 has not been approved by Netflix. Or
It's
I'm
not.
sorry, not been confirmed by Netflix.
I mean, it's probably not gonna be. Um, I kind of want to get my popcorn ready on this because I'm going to repeat. But is it okay if I get my popcorn ready? Are you okay with this?
Yeah, you go right ahead.
I'm going to give this one a small, and the reason why I'm giving it a small is what I said at the beginning of our show. Certain directors have a certain niche about them, and this director has that reputation of being a very flashy, slow mo, no plot, character, stupid director. So knowing that I'm watching a Zack Snyder film, I'm not going into this expecting something good. I'm expecting Sucker Punch. I'm expecting, 300. I'm expecting these movies. And that's why, like, I don't think it's so bad as you do because I wasn't left disappointed because I knew what I was getting. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I kept on bringing up Coke. Like, I bought the 12 pack of Coke. I know what I'm getting.
Yeah, No, I understand
You
you
know.
completely on that part.
So because of that, the action was fun. Um, the character choices don't make any sense. I totally agree with you on that. Just like the first one, I'm not going to watch it again, but I really, really feel in my deepest core, Eric, that you and I have reviewed worst movies. I mean, Halloween Ends, Songbird, just to give you a reference.
I get that you keep on going with those ones. I'm still gonna give this a no bag for sure. The only saving grace of this movie was the visual effects. All $83 million of the budget of this movie going into it. That's it. The characters, the story, the choreography is garbage. I understand that there's the hour-long fight scene at the end. Many other movies have the same thing too, but it doesn't mean that it was good. It was lame. A lot of those could have been done differently. There are parts in the fight scenes where I'm just like, oh, that was an option the entire time. You could have just done that. You're telling me that you had landmines the entire part of that whole trench area thing, and then you just had the bad guys walk over that area and you just let them go into your barns? Why not? If you had explosives, you could have used that a little bit more tactically. It just really bothered me. And then for the bad guys to like just stay on the ground the entire time, you have air you have air support, you have air flight. Go in there and blow them up. What the hell are you even?
You have the Death Star. Why don't you use it?
Yeah, it just seemed like so crazy to me. A lot of it was just like, we're like, okay, so that was pointless. Oh, okay, so you had a choice to do that, but you just didn't want to do that. When her spaceship, when they're doing the montage of them getting ready and prepping for all that stuff, and they had to drag her spaceship out of whatever it was, kind of a thing. Two things about that. First off, you're having a group of villagers and some horse things drag. That has to be like 40 tons at least. I don't even. It's not some lightweight craft,
Right.
but and they're dragging it through you know dirt and trees and everything else like that too. And then for them to just drag it, clear out a few birds' nests in the engines, and then her just hop on him and like start up and then fly away. You're telling me it's like, so that thing could have was working. It was full charged battery, everything. It could just fly. Why'd you drag it out? Why'd you drag it
Yeah,
out?
yeah. Yeah, no, I was asking that question too, right? I mean, why did you need space horses to drag it out at that point? Like, you could have just got in and just flew.
So many parts in this movie with like Titus and the other girl with the black marking over her eye, the black paint.
Furiosa.
Yeah, Furiosa, that's a good one. Where they just are out in the open and they just kind of scream. They just
Yeah,
scream.
she. Yeah,
What?
I was asking about that.
Again, she did in the first one, and they do it again in this one. Their battle cry. It's like, what are you doing? Well, I guess when you know that you're not going to get hit because these horrible bad guys can't shoot, probably because they got just crap all over their eyes, they can't see anything in front of them, so they're just shooting blindly, like there were some Volgons in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Nice.
Resistance is useless. Kind of just like this is the dumbest thing, and then they have them like stand in front of those AT-ATs too. What the hell? Um, honestly, there's so many different things. Like a lot of it just why, why, and then oh jeez,
Well, this is Zack Snyder showing that he
I
can make a
I
space
ge-
movie.
I get it, but then like at the end they just kind of wrap it up all at the end, and then the rebel forces come at the end and just kind of clean everything up. It's like well, like why you didn't stick around at the end, did you? Like,
Right.
your leader was there, but like you just kind of came there and then you left, and then you ducked out, kind of a thing. And it's like, are you the only ones who are fighting this motherland thing? Mm,
There's tons of questions, and I don't think we're going to get the answers to the questions that we have.
I just wanted again, just like in the first one. I feel like all the parts are there; they're just in the wrong order.
Yeah.
This could have been something a bit more, but it was just so rushed. I feel like Zach a lot of times is just like, all right, action. Oh, there was even like a little kiss scene in this one that I was joking out about with
Which one? Who got kissed?
the blonde girl Sam and the weird dude Aris, who was the trooper that was reported to Cassius
Right, right,
in
right.
the motherland, but he then joins the villagers.
Right, right, right. Yeah, yeah, that was that weird. She was the one that was going to get raped in the first one.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
And then they did this little peck. I feel like that scene is a clear kind of example of what Zach in his directing, where he does a take and he does one take, and all the actors are like, "Cool, Zach, should we set up and get ready again?" He's like, "No, no, no, we got it.
No, we got that. We
No,
got the one scene that doesn't make sense.
we're good. We can move on to the next." Just like, oh, because we got, I mean, we got a lot of time in the day left. We can do this again. No, 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 we're good.
Yeah.
We'll get it in post. I think it's like that's what. It just, why do all these people have knives in their mouth? Why are the people just carrying around knives and they're just going to charge it? That one guy with the axes, Tarak, the guy with
Nice.
um,
Yeah.
exactly with and thank God his shirt was off in the second half of the movie. I don't know
Right. Oh
why
yeah.
you're keeping that shirt on in the first half of the movie. It's the only thing that most people are watching for, is to
Right.
watch that guy run around. But he's got two axes and he's just unscathed, just no scratches whatsoever. And a lot of these bad guys with the guns just kind of stand there. It just they don't shoot.
They're scared. They're like, ah, ah, and they move it around. Why this guy, this
They're
shirtless guy, is
Yeah,
coming at
exactly. They use their gun and they're tracking. You're obviously have them in your sights. Pull the trigger. What do you get, the safety on or
him.
something? What shoot him, shoot him. This guy's throwing him double axe. Wah! So, it's the steamroller scene from Austin Powers. You know, stop, stop.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, move out of the way, move out of the
Right.
way.
Well, Eric, also though, we got to say this though. Congratulations to Zack Snyder though, because he has the golden headphones. This is the third movie of his that we reviewed.
It's also his third movie on Netflix.
Wow. And Adam Sandler's on Netflix, and we're gonna get Happy Gilmore too. So that says a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Does that
Yeah.
mean we're gonna do XLF too? Does that mean Eddie Murphy's getting a golden? Did we do three of his?
The last one I remember you and I doing was back in the day with Ryan. We did some '70s movie where he bought an abandoned building.
Yeah, that one, and I think we did Coming to America too, didn't we?
Ooh, don't make this be another game night because we did not.
We did not. Oh, maybe I just saw that and it was just like, oh, well, good. I'm glad we didn't see that movie because that one was probably a no bag too.
But we no, we're almost right. We got Axel F probably this summer. We're going to review off of his. But yeah, no, Zack Snyder gets the golden headphones, bud. I mean, we reviewed him 3 times.
Yeah. So
I
again,
mean,
I say this movie is a no bag. I'm completely not sold on this franchise whatsoever. If and when Rebel Moon 3 comes out, which I hope it doesn't, I know we're gonna have to watch it and do it all over again. This whole thing just bothers me, man. I understand that it's not the actor's fault, and it seems like they're just doing whatever they can to get a paycheck here, but man, this was just.
you know
Uh,
what? You know what Zack Snyder is, to end my whole rant on this? Zack Snyder is a terrific salesman, right? Because when I watch the movie, I really feel that the actors believe him. You know what I mean? Like, believe that he's making something good. Hey, everybody, remember I made Watchmen, right? That's a good movie.
oh
Like,
yeah,
oh, you know what I mean? Like, I really feel like these actors come in because they think they're going to do something cool. And dude is a great frat bro dude movie director. Like, that's his mark.
yeah, yeah.
You
But
know, because I guarantee you, if we were in college, this movie would be talked about.
well, those other movies like 300 or a Watchmen, he had source material to go off of, right? He had something, a base to go off of and make that with. Uh, whereas this one, he's writing his own. and
Yeah, but he has
it's
source material too because he's stealing from everything else that's come before him. Yes, he has source material.
But I will agree that he does do visual effects really good. I just like you brought up like Sucker Punch, that story is pu. It's
Yeah.
not good, but those sequences where she is going into her trip, I guess if you want to call it that, I thought those were fantastic. Those got me through that movie. Am I going to watch that movie again anytime soon? Probably not. But I would actually, if anything, those are the clips that I would go on YouTube for, of her fighting the samurai, of her going in the trenches and fighting those gas Nazis. Maybe that train scene, but
What
those were cool.
would
And
you?
I'm not gonna watch. I'm not gonna do clips of this one because it was, I don't know, it was silly.
You know, I'd love to see. I would love to see the one-two punch of Fincher's directing and uh, um, Zack Snyder's being director of DP. You
Okay.
know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, like director of photography. Like that would be a great movie if
Yeah.
those two got together. Because yeah, I mean, his visual style's there. He just doesn't know how to tell a story. And one day it may happen, but I doubt it. Look, I knew getting into Rebel Moon. I guess we'll end with this one, right? So I guess going into Rebel Moon, I knew this was going to be a little bit of a disagreement, or this isn't like some of our older episodes, like with Poor Things, where we both dogged on it. But I mean, overall, Eric, I mean, I do agree with you. I mean, like this movie is bad and is trash. I guess the way I handled it was just okay. I'm seeing a Zack Snyder movie. Don't expect anything.
No,
You know what I mean?
I'm not holding you to it. I mean, I understand completely. Again, for the no bag, we say that, yep, do not see this film. And just like you said, like, you know exactly what you're getting into. And I feel like you could watch this trailer and you've already seen the movie.
Right. No, yeah. It's like if somebody says, "Hey, you want to go to the palace?" You know what you're getting yourself into. Yeah, I mean, you can't be mad, right? Because you know what you're getting yourself
Yeah,
into.
yeah. Listen, we're gonna go to the Buffalo Wild Wings, okay? And
Right.
you can't be upset that the wings are bad because you know what you're getting yourself into.
You know what
Okay.
you're getting yourself into. So that's why I am on the fence that I am on. But no, this movie's not good. It deserves to be on Netflix, maybe Peacock. But yeah, no, not good overall in a nutshell.
Sure.
But anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for listening to this most recent episode of Movie Guys Podcast. You can check us out at movieguyspodcast.com or wherever you get your podcast from, we are on. It seems like a lot of you are starting to really hit us up on our Instagram. So for those of you that are checking us out on Instagram, every Thursday is a new episode. When you wake up, a new episode every Thursday. But Eric, thank you so much for joining me. And we'll be back next week for another awesome episode. Have a good night. Do you think it would be really good of me tomorrow when I say to my bosses, "Hey, I got an idea. We can go to lunch. Let's go to Dorsia."
Oh, what's Dorsia?
Exactly.
You got me.
You like that one?
It's fitting for your age there, bud.
And your age too, there, big guy.
Thanks. I'm getting up there. 40 this year.
I know October, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh
you know what's
boy.
coming. You know what's coming. I already shipped you Hey Dudes.
Yep. Yeah, no, I'm gonna clear out my my drawers for the new drawers.
Can you ask Sarah if she's going to be okay with? Actually, ask Sarah if it's Fruit of the Loom or Hanes. Which brand?
No, I'm not gonna ask that. If I were to say it right now, you could probably hear, now that she's in the shot, you could probably see her reaction if I say, Sarah, are you what's your thoughts on Jordan getting me tidy whities for my 40th birthday? Yeah. Yep, that's what's gonna happen. She says that we'll hold on to them, and then when 2 years later, when you turn 40, I'll send them right back.
That's fine, and then I'll take a picture of me wearing them, and then the next day flip them, inside out because they're reversible.
You can make a Funko of you doing that. We do not need to see a picture of you in those wedding costumes.
It's happening, bud.